What's cracking, everybody? Zerfelros here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. Today's video is going to be some battles out of the Great League after I was getting mauled. Lost like 300 points in a week, dude. It was terrible. But I noticed that Escavalier looked like it was going to break the cores that I was seeing in the Great League. So I figured I threw a team together and I went 5-0 with it. Felt like I just had to share it. Yes, I'm aware that this team is incredibly weak to Trevenant. And yes, I slayed 2 Trevenants with this team in this video. So yeah, it's good. So, without further ado, let's get into the battles here. First up, we're going to have Escavalier on the lead versus Lickitung. So, I think I won like 5 leads in a row, and that's exactly why I grabbed Escav. So, they come in with Ninetales. Now, on the right, it says my Escav is supposed to have Mega Horn, and it is. I forgot to TM it after having Acid Spray on this thing. I had just built it. So, yeah. I'm going to come with Azu here, knowing that I have to keep my Escav on the Lickitung to some degree, and I don't want to take a Power Whip on either of my back mons here. Speaking of the back mons, so Azu is supposed to be like a safe swap with Ice Beam. If it draws out a Trevenant, great, I can get a shield or hit it with Ice Beam, and then hopefully make some magic happen. Like, I literally didn't even think about Trevenant when I put this team together, so if that says anything, right? So Lickitung is going to come back in. I am going to be able to chip it with Azu. The opponent is going to have to throw energy to take me out. Otherwise, I'm going to be able to hit him with at least a couple of charge moves here before they can really lick me down, which is entirely fine with me, whatever way they want to do it, because Escav is still going to come in and give him the business. So getting to a second play rough here. The opponent is getting extremely greedy with energy with this farm down they're trying to get at me here, and almost takes out the Lickitung with Azu. So Azu over here has taken out effectively a Pokemon, and almost 2, honestly. I don't need to shield anything here. It's just a body slam. I'm not worried about it, even though they've got like 2 or 3 body slams at this point. And they come in with Deoxys, and Deoxys is extremely countered by Swampert because it has no charge moves. So I'm going to go straight for this Earthquake, I'm pretty sure here. And I will not shield the first move. If they throw Psycho Boost, then they gimp their attack, and I'm not worried about it. But they throw Thunderbolt, which is resisted. So I'm going to go straight for Earthquake here. And let's see if the Deoxys decides they want to shield. Nope, and we're going to get the first Kaboom of the video. Even though it didn't take out a whole Deoxys, it's still an Earthquake. It still landed. I'm hitting the button. Screw it. At this point, this game is pretty much over because Escav is alive and has 2 shields. And even if I wanted to, I could just let Escav come in and 2 shield everything without having to shield my Swampert here. But I am going to shield the Swampert. Just would rather get the Deoxys off the board entirely. So Hydro Cannon is going to come through. It is going to take out the Deoxys, and then Escav just hits the Lickitung a couple times with the pointy stick, and that's about it. So good game, well played to my opponent. So about this team, right? So like the biggest issue that I have with Escav being double weak to fire, I want 2 waters in the back to cover those Ninetales that are like everywhere. And I think about freaking Trevenant, but to be fair, I hadn't seen any in like 3 sets. So Charm Ninetales on the lead. Again, I can't really swap out here because I need to keep Escav as it's a steel type. I want to deal with this thing, and honestly, Charm Ninetales can cause problems for my backline if I let it. So I do stay in here. I'm going to shield up because even though Weather Ball is resisted, it still does a fair amount of damage, and I kind of want to see if they swap out, but they don't. So I'm going to continue to play it out. Now that the Ninetales is low enough, now I think I might go ahead and swap out. So I throw in my Azu here, and the opponent's still staying in. So at this point, I'll just farm it all the way down, and whatever they come in with, I've got a loaded Azu, I've got a Swampert with shields. Like, I'm set, I feel like, here, because typically what are they going to have in the back if it's a steel, if an 80 anti-steel and 80 anti-fire? So I'm expecting Swampert, honestly, in the back here. And they're going to throw another Weather Ball, which I'm going to tank. It's fine. I don't really need my Azu to be super healthy at this point. I know that the Ninetales has done a lot of damage to my team, but it's okay because they don't have shields, and I have a loaded Azu and I have a Swampert, as I said. So here comes the Sableye, and that's exactly right. I figured out that they don't like Azu in the back, and that's why they didn't swap out in the first place. So they tried to swap out and probably catch a back-to-back, which I don't think you can't even have back-to-back play rough. So they come in, soak the super effective damage with the Sableye, and then I'm going to come in on their Diggersby with my Swampert, and this is pretty much over. So, yeah, that's it, man. GG's. And this is going to be another Kaboom because Hydro Cannon hits the Diggersby, collapse him almost with 1 HP is left. And I'm going to let it go, even if it's an Earthquake. Not really worried about it. And it's an Earthquake. It's Swampert. If it doesn't KO it, I'm not hitting the button. That's a good game, though. The opponent concedes at that point. So they knew it was coming. And next game. So this team, like, I've kind of revised the SCAV team a couple of times. Lately, I've been running. Oh, here's the game with the Trevenant, by the way. Watch this. I've revised the team a couple of times, but I just can't seem to get it to the point where it's perfect. Like, I did try it with Altaria and Pelipper, and then it just loses to Azumarill. So I can't really seem to find a perfect team. So you just kind of have to pick one thing that you might lose to and just suck it up. So speaking of things I might lose to, I am sitting here with this Trevenant, really just trying not to get completely clapped. And I want their shields, essentially. I was calling Seed Bomb right there because I kind of figured that they weren't going to go for a full Shadow Ball because they figured, oh, we'll just Seed Bomb and farm them down. I'm going to go for the Drill Run, and they actually are doing a good job at counting. But the thing is that now the Trevenant is now within Hydro Cannon range, so I can comfortably shield and get at least one Hydro Cannon off. And if my opponent decides not to give their second shield, which I would like to think they would at this point, given that I brought a Swampert into a Trevenant, they swap out to try and catch the Hydro Cannon on their Walrein. And Walrein is now going to eat an Earthquake. Catches that Earthquake and these hands. Azu's going to come in, is going to tank this Earthquake or Icicle Spear. They do come in with the Icicle Spear, so that was good. And then I'm going to farm down the Walrein. The only way that I win this game is if I get rid of that shield, and I need an Ice Beam to do that. And now Trevenant is going to throw a move here. It's definitely going to be a Seed Bomb. Shadow Ball does do slightly more damage, but it is also, you know, a couple more Shadow Claws. So just in case you ever need to know that. Ice Beam is going to come through, and they are not going to shield it because they've got a Medicham in the back. Now, Medicham has one shield, so it likely blocks the player off, but I've still got Swampert. And so here's what I'm going to try to do here. I'm going to get a little bit of energy, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go straight for this Earthquake if I can help it. And then I'm going to pray that I'm not getting the Earthquake. So I'm going to go for the Hydro Cannon instead. There is no more shields on this on the Medicham. So what I essentially have to do here is I have to get to this player off before the opponent is going to be able to get to a move, and I'm going to be able to get there just in time, right before they get that the 8th counter in to get to that Psychic. And you know what? Kaboom! Have another Kaboom, because we love that. We destroyed a tree. Swampert chops down trees. Swampert is a Trevenant counter, so is Azu. They're both confirmed. Alright, so Stunfisk. So once again, I kept seeing these leads, man. They were like screaming for me to bring out my SCAV, and then I got Azumarill. Like, what am I going to do now? So when I see Azumarill, what I try to do is I try to catch a potential Hydro Pump. So if they go to the 7th bubble, I'm just going to try to see if I can catch it on either Azu, usually Azu, for this team. They don't fall for it, so they're probably running player off Ice Beam anyway. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and soak the energy, and at this point, play out the mirror. I want to get this Azu off the board because it is a pain, and I know that both Pokemon I have on my team at this point, honestly, all 3 of them can defeat a Stunfisk, but especially Swampert and Escav, they are just... Their appetites are just ready to devour the Bear Trap, which devours other things, so that's okay. Here comes a player up. Gonna hit this Azumarill. At this point, I'm okay with even soft losing, but they hard swap in, they give up swap. I don't need to tell you guys how this goes. Like, I'm gonna throw this Ice Beam, and I'm gonna come in as soon as my switch clock is low. The switch clocks are out of sync. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm trying to throw the Ice Beam here. At this point, I figure there's no point in me coming in with Escav because it's gonna eat 2 Rock Slides, and there's a chance that Swampert ends up eating an Earthquake. So I'm just, even though I've got shields, I don't want to waste them. So at this point, I'm just like, you know what? It's fine. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let this go, and I'm gonna bring in my Swampert, and I'm gonna 2 shield if I have to. I will farm all the way down. If they throw the Earthquake, which is what they're at right now, I am farming all the way down. Because this Swampert with energy, look at all that energy. It's a Rock Slide. I don't care. It's fine. This Swampert with energy is going to obliterate. That's what Swampert does best. If you give it a chance to farm down, doesn't matter how many shields your opponent has, It's going to get it. And look, it's another Trevenant. Oh, this is terrible. Trevenant handily destroys the rest of my team. So, yeah, I'm going to bait with the... I'm baiting here with the Hydro Cannon. I'm hoping that they think I have Sludge Wave here. And now I'm going to hit him with the Earthquake. And the Earthquake is going to also get blocked. And that is just unfortunate. So the only thing that I have left in my arsenal is Mega Horn. That's all I got left in order to take out this Trevenant. And that's what my plan is at this point, is I'm going to try and find a way to get off the Mega Horn. Now, because they let me have this Hydro Cannon, I don't need it anymore. Now, I just need to do enough damage from maybe the counters or a drill run, perhaps, to take it out. Now, I do have to shield this, I'm pretty sure. And I'm glad I did, because I was thinking about calling a Seed Bomb bait, but they went straight for Shadow Ball, and that was all I needed them to do. And they've still got the Azumarill in the back. So Azumarill, however, has very little HP after being whittled down by my own Azumarill, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. I have got to be terrified every time I see the stupid tree come in. So yeah, this whole team loses to Trevenant, but we still beat it. So Azumarill leads are also rough, because I don't really have a direct answer to it. And they come in with Nidoqueen. So I have a very bulky XL Azumarill, very defensively weighted. And if I had gotten one more bubble, I would have been able to get the 2 Ice Beams before they took me out. But unfortunately, they're going to get I'm going to get their shield, which is good for me. Had I shielded this, I probably could have gotten to the other Ice Beam, but it's like, what's the point, you know? And I'm going for the Ice Beam, and I don't get there, just barely. Just barely almost got there. Well, Swampert's going to come in now, and Swampert's not afraid of a Nidoqueen. I'm going to shield a potential Earth Power, though. I don't see there's any reason for them to throw Poison Fang here, but, you know, there's geniuses out there who do it anyway. So I'm going to farm up as much as I possibly can up until they would technically throw the Poison Fang, which is 5. And then I'm going to throw this Hydro Cannon here in order to take out this Nidoqueen before it can do any more damage. But they have decided to shield, and now I figure, okay, they're going to go for an Earth Power here again. They really want to get rid of my Swampert, so I will shield. Swampert shields the Earth Power, and now all the shields are down, and I can go for this Earthquake here. Now, I need 2 Earthquakes to take out this Azumarill, and I don't know what's in the back yet, because they hard swapped out of their Nidoqueen. However, I'm banking that they don't have Hydro Pump, and I don't know if that gamble is going to pay off. They don't have Hydro Pump, so they're going to go for the Play Rough, and I'm going to be able to continue. Now, I should have gone for Drill Run here. I was just kind of testing to see how much damage Mega Horn did against an Azu. It's not a lot, but that's okay. Nidoqueen's within farm down range, so it doesn't matter if it comes in or not. And then I'm going to be able to see what they've got in the back here, and it's a Stunfisk, and that is perfect. So I'm actually going to look to throw right away here, hoping that their switch timer isn't up yet, and if it was, that would have really sucked. But it's okay. Drill Run comes through, almost takes out the entire G-Fisk, and I mean, Swampert is able to take out whatever they've got left on the team anyway, so it doesn't matter. So good game, and that's going to be a whole 5-0 set with this team. All I have to do here is just farm down the G-Fisk and then throw a Hydro Cannon at the Nidoqueen, and that's a good game. So very well played to my opponents. All 5 of them, you all did fantastic. I was out of my mind apparently against the Trevenants, somehow able to do it. But it's a great team. It's very spammy with the Swampert. Escav puts a lot of pressure, and there's so many things that are weak to Escav right now. It's ridiculous. It's just a matter of maneuvering around the Azumarill. Now, this team was floating around. I've been throwing Escav and other teams out, so my patrons have all been enjoying these teams, as well as the other teams that we had on Go Battle Day last weekend, and all those things can be accessed down in the description. There's a Patreon link that you can go and subscribe to my Discord, get all the tips, hot teams, all the good stuff that I've got here. And then if you're looking for coaching, I do offer that through Medify, so check out the link in the description. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, even if you're just watching the videos, you're subscribed, if you like it, anything of that nature. I appreciate it all, so thank you so much again, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.